Hello and welcome to another episode of Gadgets and Gizmos. My name is Gaurav Upreti. Now this is the show where we really care about our gadgets. So yes, Rohit was very sad because he lost his phone, He's a very senti guy, He's a gentle giant. Very emotional he is. So we thought we'll cheer him up and we got him a new iPhone.
Hey Rohit, don't worry. It was the iPhone C, for heaven's sake. Yeah, take this. Now, doesn't it remind you of something? iPhone 6? Yeah, just look at the design. That metal look, those rounded edges, rose gold color, the speaker grills, the camera placement, everything is iPhone, bro. Cheer up. Okay, wait. Let me tell you a bit more about the phone. So it costs only 6,000 rupees. You're looking at beauty here. 5-inch IPS display with a resolution of 540 by 960 pixels. It reminds you of the old time, man, because it's running on Android 4.4 KitKat. Performance of the device is not fantastic, but it is good. You have 1.3 GHz quad-core processor with 1 GB RAM. Multitasking should happen. The performance is a little inconsistent. You get an 8-megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash at the back, which clicks acceptable pictures. At the front, you have a 2-megapixel snapper for clicking those awesome selfies. There's 8 GB inbuilt storage, which can be expanded to 32 GB. And the 2000 mAh battery doesn't sound much, but it barely manages to last the day. So what do you think?
अरे पकड़ अपना फोन आ जाते हैं उठ के पता नहीं कहाँ as a self-proclaimed tech gurus.
That was rude, okay? And FYI, I'm an engineer. वो बस नौकरी नहीं लगी थी. Moving on. So Samsung is out with a new tablet. It's called the Samsung Galaxy Tab S2. It looks good, but does it pose a real threat to the iPad? Our fitness expert Sahil will find out and tell you more.
Frankly, I'm done with smartphones. I just don't have time for them, at least today, because I have to break a lot of stories. I have the Samsung Galaxy Tab S2, which is the yin to the Apple iPad's yang. And because I need to file so many stories, I need to type a lot, I need something that utilizes all these fingers of mine. So I'm going to stick with this. One of the reasons I really love this tablet is because it's so portable. In fact, it is the thinnest Android tablet in the world. It is less than 6 mm thin and it weighs just 265 grams. And yes, before you ask me that question, it is thinner than the new iPad. And despite all of this, it's made out of metal. It's got this beautiful metal frame, it's got these subtle metal chamfers on the side, and on the back it's got this metallic matte finish which really feels good in the hand. And yes, this color looks really snazzy. I like it, and I feel that it's going to catch the fancy of all those Punjabi aunties in West Delhi. On the front, this display has got a 2K resolution. It's an 8-inch display and it's beautiful. You want to play games? They're going to look wonderful. You want to play video? It's going to look really awesome. And yes, if you want to get work done, it's going to be really sharp and crisp. looking to get things done, one of the most important things you need in a device is pure performance. And I'm really happy to report that this Galaxy Tab S2 is probably the fastest Android tablet we have tested at the GNG show. The interesting thing is it shares a lot of its innards with the Galaxy A8 smartphone we reviewed recently. By that I mean it's got a speedy 8-core processor, it's got 3GB RAM, 32GB of internal storage, and also a micro SD card slot for expansion of memory. It has a 4000 mAh battery which lasts around 8 hours in our tests, which is pretty good for a tablet. Like the Galaxy S6 smartphone, it also integrates a fingerprint scanner which works really well. And if you were wondering where the cameras, well, there's an 8 megapixel camera on the back and a 2.1 megapixel camera on the front. I must admit one thing about Samsung's TouchWiz UI. Visually, it's kind of unappealing. Admittedly, the company has really improved things a lot. It's based on Android 5.0, and if you're really into productivity, you'll get Microsoft's Office apps preloaded on the device. In addition to them, you get services like OneDrive, OneNote, and also Skype, which is really good if you really want to get things done. But overall, if you're talking about the software, Samsung still needs to improve things out here. What we have out here is a gorgeous tablet, which is the thinnest tablet in the world, and it's also the fastest Android tablet that you can buy currently. But all is not hunky-dory because the software still looks buck ugly. Samsung really needs to work on that. It's also very expensive, but I really like it.
Well, some people say Daag अच्छे हैं, but we say Daag the Fire was a bad movie. So, in the name of Safaigiri, on the show this week, we've got washing machine. It's pretty cool. Take a look.
Every stain has a story to tell. We'll stop at that only.
Now, typically the solution to these problems is to ironically think big. However, Haier has taken a different route. Presenting Kada. This is a portable pocket washing machine. It looks like a deodorant, but it's not. Haier claims that this is your instant wash companion, besting even the most grittiest of the hard to wash away stains. But those cool advertising videos and those tall claims aren't enough for us because we are G&G, where we test things our own way.
The Kada design, like we mentioned earlier, is more akin to a deodorant canister than a barrage of washing drums. That the term washing machine conjures up. It's got a motorized piston on one end which has a nozzle to fill water in, and at the bottom is your battery sack and power button. This device is very simple to use. Just press that power button and put that nozzle on that stain, and it will do its job. Hopefully.
So after that demonstration, here is the report card. So if you've eaten continental food, maybe it can clean it. If you've eaten Indian food, no way on earth it can clean it. And if it's a lipstick mark, you are dead already. Buy yourself a new t-shirt, shirt, whatever, man. And talking about t-shirt, सत्यानाश पूरी खराब हो गई अब धोएगा कौन इसको. Now, as the world fell, each of us in our own way was broken. It was hard to tell who was more crazy, me or everyone else. Mad Max, that's our game review this week.
Lord Scrotus will be pleased! I'll be champion, just you
Right from the opening moments of Mad Max, one thing is very clear. It absolutely nails the presentation. The characters, vehicles, the peculiar wasteland lingo feels close to the films it's inspired from. Gorgeous vistas adorn almost every nook and cranny of the journey. You will rarely be disappointed with what's on screen at any given moment.
Everything has been taken from you. Now all that's left is your will to survive.
At its best, the frantic car chases and explosions succeed in putting you in Max's gruff shoes. For fans of the film, this is an experience that may be considered true. Yet for all its fancy visuals, it doesn't really feel cohesive. Max's world is one where individual parts work better than the whole, where visceral, exciting car combat is often juxtaposed with uninspired hand-to-hand combat. Max's world borrows liberally from its brethren. The Batman Arkham series is mashed together with Burnout's car mayhem, with a sprinkling of GTA's open-world style trappings on top.
Against the brutal forces of the wasteland.
There's much to do in the wasteland, but you will quickly find that not many of them hold your interest for very long.
Deadly.
The main story arc of the game has you scurrying around for parts to build your own magnum opus, the ultimate death ride. The road to get there involves collecting scrap or raw materials, which are strewn liberally throughout the wasteland. Scrap is also the tool that will help you level Max up, increase his attributes to make him better in combat.
Let anything stand in your way. You must be ruthless.
Your end goal is to take down the monstrosity that the Scrotus Scraberus, the hulking warlord of the desolate gas town.
Yes, the fox who got eat plunder from Scabrous Scrotus.
The open world is vast, but is often riddled with the same fetch quests over and over again. It's a grind that will have you routinely stepping out of your ride to engage in hand-to-hand combat. That's where Max is at its weakest. Unlike the Arkham series, combat never feels as fast or as brutal. It's animated really well, but the animations lack a sense of weight and purpose. Almost every hit that lands seems to have, visually at least, the same impact as the last good blow. The boss encounters aren't that exciting either, offering a dodge pattern that doesn't really feel inspired.
You will survive. Because you are Max.
The story is surprisingly not bad. It has quite a lot to say, but seems content to stay in the background. It isn't paced very well. The story beats happen quite far away from each other, by which time you are back again doing repetitive missions.
Please, kill me.
In conclusion, Mad Max is not a horrible game. It's very well made, hooks you in with gorgeous visuals, but fails to keep you there for very long. It's an uneven ride through an interesting journey.
So a husband and wife say they are at work and they return happy. And that makes you little unhappy. Here is Track and Tell. It's a navigation device and it will tell you what's going on.
Hey, your friend hasn't called since last night's house party, dude. Have you seen him?
अरे यार यहीं कहीं पड़ा होगा ना. He's an alcoholic, Baba. Don't worry.
Your wife isn't back home since last night's house party, man, which was by the way at your place.
क्या बात कर रहा है? Seriously, man? Oh, I have one more party then.
And yeah, the watchman was saying your car is missing since last night.
क्या बात कर रहा है? Yellow color bead? Seriously?
So if you're someone who cares about your vehicle and little about your car and are concerned about the safety of both of them, then you need to use this device.
So this is the track and tell device. It's a small device that you have to fit inside your car. It's not visible outside, so it doesn't really affect the aesthetics of your car. So after installation, it will help you navigate your car, find your car, and also you can immobilize your car, because they say these days drivers cannot be trusted because trust is like a dodo bird. It's extinct.
So once you've fitted up your car with this device and downloaded the Track and Tell app on your smartphone, you're all set to communicate with your car. Your car's movements are relayed to your phone in real time. Just select Track Your Vehicle on the app and you can see your car's complete set of movement. Also, if you forget where you parked your car, need not worry, because this will help you find your car as well. And if your vehicle gets stolen, again worry not, because you have this really cool feature by which you can immobilize your vehicle by just sending an SMS. Pretty neat, huh?
So you have to pay 5,000 rupees to get hold of this device. That's just for the first year, and as you want to carry on with the services, you will have to pay a small fee. Now, first thing first, you need a good signal strength, good GPS connection, good data connection, because otherwise it won't work. Also, the service doesn't work underground. It will just give you the last location where your vehicle was just before you went underground. So yeah, that's that. The product worked pretty fine till the time the signal strength is good. Otherwise, the coolest thing that we found was the vehicle immobilize feature, which is pretty great. If you want services to be free, there are some free apps that are available which will let you share your location. One of them is called Glimpse.
Yes, all you need to do is download this app. You need a good GPS and data connection, and you can share your route. The location expires once you reach your destination. It works in real time and it works globally. So yes, you can let your spouse know your ETA when you'll be back home from work.
So yes, I think it's a pretty cool device because family safety is first. You would want to know your wife is, where your family is. So that's pretty great. But on the hindsight, they would also know where you are. Think about it. Time to see what's been making news in the world of technology. It's time to look at some tech news.
Google partners with Ridley Scott and Anurag Kashyap to capture India in a day. Google India this week announced India in a Day, a film project that aims to capture the sense of evolving India over a period of 24 hours and then make a feature-length documentary out of it. Google has roped in prominent filmmakers like Ridley Scott, Richie Mehta and Anurag Kashyap for the project. The unique aspect of the India in a Day project is that it wants people across India to pick up a camera and capture a regular day in their lives, in a way that showcases the varied hues of India. World's most wanted man, Edward Snowden, finally joins Twitter. Snowden, a former NSA contractor who leaked details about US government's massive surveillance programs, started his Twitter account on Tuesday from exile in Russia with a simple handle @Snowden. He pulled in more than 345,000 followers in just a few hours, but was following only one other Twitter account, his former employer, the NSA. In his Twitter profile, Snowden described himself by saying, "I used to work for the government. Now I work for the public." Snowden currently has 1.3 million followers. His first tweet had been favorited 120,000 times and with 120,000 retweets as well. And yes, he forgot to turn off his notification, and the result was 47 GB of Twitter notification. iPhone 5s pre-orders begin in India. The pre-orders for the iPhone 6s and the 6s Plus have now officially commenced in India. You can now book the new iPhone at authorized resellers across the country with an advance payment of 10,000 rupees. The iPhone 6s is a successor to the iPhone 6 as an S. It will still look the same as the previous model but get new hardware. The good news is the pricing, which remains the same as the previous iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, but that was just in the US. And as the rupee still struggles, prices in India have gone up. In India, the prices are 62,000 for the 6S and 72,000 for the 6S Plus model. Nexus 5X and 6P are coming in October. Google's follow-up to the Nexus 6 is expected to arrive by October end in India. The Nexus 5X, built by LG, and the 6P, built by Huawei, are looking to smoke up this Diwali season, along with the expected launch of Apple's marquee iPhones. The rumored price for the 5X is expected to start at Rs 31,900 and 39,999 for the Nexus 6P.
So this is the end, my beautiful friends. I will never look into her eyes again. We hope you enjoyed watching the show, and this week we are celebrating Safaigiri. So remember, keep India clean and keep your minds out of the gutter. See you next week.